Hey y'all, so welcome to my channel. Okay, I know y'all probably over here because y'all seen my Instagram video. Okay, I'm about to actually read the messages. I'm about to start from the messages, that way I don't get sidetracked. Okay, and give y'all a rundown of the order of events of how everything happened the way it happened. Okay, so let me get these messages together. Okay, so this all started on December 1st, okay? December 1st at approximately 8:39 o'clock a.m. All right. Now, it was raining. I was walking. It was cold. It was raining. I was walking. It wasn't really raining. It was like dewy and like sprinkling, but not like it was like wet-ish, but it wasn't really wet. Like it wasn't raining, but you know what I mean? And it was cold. And I was in a cute little crop top jacket and a skirt, real cute. And I'm got my earphones in. I'm walking to the gym, minding my business, and he stops me. And where he stopped, traffic is no bueno to get jammed right there. Okay, so he didn't really want to hold it up, and I wasn't stopping to talk to nobody. It's cold and it's raining. Like what the fuck? So he drives a little bit up ahead and waits for me. So I'm walking my normal pace. I'm listening to my music back on, you know what I mean? And I meet up with him and I'm just like, you must gonna give me a ride to the gym because I'm not standing out here talking. He was just like, yeah. So it's like, all right, cool. So get in. And the gym's like right there. It really wasn't far. And so we're talking, we exchange numbers, and he basically told me that he wants to give me a ride home from the gym. Like I ain't gotta walk or catch the bus. Like he'll give me a ride. So I was like, okay. So he texted me his name. I texted him my name. And he asked me if I was near completion. Now I told him, well, he just told me to call him whenever I was done. Well, I wasn't done and I wasn't gonna call him until I was done. But then he shows up and he was just like, I'm outside the gym in the parking lot. Should I wait or head home? And I'm not looking at my phone because I'm working out in the gym. He's like, I'm going to be leaving shortly. If I don't hear from you, no issue, I have things to do. Even though he told me that he didn't have anything to do. So that's why I could call him whenever I was done. It didn't matter at the time because he wasn't doing anything. So now all of a sudden he's got something to do. Well, he came in the gym and got me. Okay. So then he comes in the gym, he gets me, takes me to get food. I go home. Well, he drops me off at home. And I stop by the dumpster because that's where we smoke or whatever. And I'm feeling really skeptical of him because like our conversation, like the way it ended, our conversation was very uneasy. Like he made me feel very, like, I don't know if it's like, if I want to use the word insecure, but like, you know, we talked about boundaries and stuff like that. And he was just like, oh, I hate that word. That word makes me feel like you're just trying to control me, da da da. But like also meanwhile, like he's trying to touch me. Like he's trying to touch my privates. Like he's trying to rub all over me. Like, you know what I mean? He even tried to kiss me. You know what I mean? And he smoked cigarettes. I'm embarrassed. Anywho, so, you know, the conversations are like really uncomfortable because I'm having to like really work through some emotional shit while having this conversation with him because I'm triggered by him saying this because I'm like, you know, and I'm trying to relate to him because I'm like, I used to be the same person. Like I used to think that boundaries was about control, but really it's just like, you know, what are you asking the other person that makes them feel like they need to, you know, put up a wall or whatever you want to call it. And we're trying to have an adult conversation. He's just very like childish. Like he's just like, I mean, I can already tell now that we just not compatible. Just like trying to make me feel bad. Like it was weird. Like it's hard to explain, but like it was like he was trying to make me feel bad because I said the word boundaries, like, or because like I didn't want him to touch all over me, but he felt like because he gave me a ride and bought me lunch, like he was warranted. Like he kept saying, I'm just such a nice guy. I always do nice things for people and blah, blah, blah. And so, the conversation ended, like, it just was very uneasy, you know? And so instead of just going directly to my apartment or whatever, I went to the dumpster and I'm smoking. Well, I look at my fucking phone and it says that it says AirTag has been detected on you. And I said, what the fuck? Now I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm going through everything. I'm patting myself all over. I'm looking for this AirTag. I'm like, this nigga didn't put a tracking device on me. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? So I'm like standing here panicking, like, oh my God, looking through the bag of food, looking through the food, like everywhere I'm looking. And then I fucking turn around and he's pulling up. Mind you, like, you have to come through a gate. I live in a gated community. You have to come through a gate and you have to go all the way down to the dumpster stuff. So he came in, pulled up, and he's like, and he's just like, he was like, did you grab my blue lighter? I was like, nigga, what? And I'm looking at my blue lighter on the ground and I'm thinking to myself, this nigga is playing games, bro. I'm freaking, like, I'm on high the fuck alert. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, no, this is my lighter. He was just like, no, I had a blue lighter. And I was like, look here, just take it. Just take it. I'm like, just take the fucking blue lighter. I don't want the blue lighter. Like, you can have it. It was like, he was just like, well, if it's not mine, I'm like, it's just have it. Like, just take it. I don't want it. And then he's just like, are you all right? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm seeing something about some fucking AirTag being on me. And I don't know, like, you're freaking me out. Like, you're making me uncomfortable. I'll let him know this. This is the first time I cried. Mind you, this is the same day I met him. This is Monday at fucking, okay, I met him at 9:06. We parted ways because we got each other's number. He came and got me at 11:06, and it is now 1:36, and I'm crying because I'm scared, and he's making me feel uncomfortable because he's talking about I took his blue lighter, even though I know this is my blue lighter, and he's trying to tell me, and this AirTag thing, like, everything's just like, it's just a boom, 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 or like red alert in the conversation as well. It was just like the conversation, now this, the AirTag, now you're talking about a blue lighter. Fuck. Nah, like, I'm over here like, fuck, it's finally happened. I have a stalker. Oh my God. Like, you know what I mean? So I told him, he was just like, look, he was like, I even texted you. He was like, I texted you and asked you, did you grab it? And I was just like, oh my God. Like, he parked his car, got out, and came and sat and talked to me and like calmed me down. And I'm telling him exactly what I was feeling. I'm like, look, instead of you getting offended by like how I'm feeling and reacting right now, just like listen to my side. Like, look at, like, stand and look at me. Like, oh, mind you, his daughter apparently passed away. He had 2 kids, but apparently he's only got 1 now, and she was older and she passed. So yeah, you know, so I already know this about this man. Cool. So I'm thinking, like, and I don't want to bring this up because that's sensitive, right? But I'm in my mind thinking, like, what do you, like, how would you want your daughter to feel? Like, how would you think your daughter would feel in this situation? Like, I always wanted to say that, but I never did because it's a sensitive thing. You shouldn't say that. I don't think so. I'm from the South. We got manners and shit. So we talked about it, whatever. He left, and then he was like, it's never my intention to make you feel unseen or feel unheard or unsafe. I'm the polar opposite of that. I was like, I appreciate the reassurance. And he was like, anytime. And I was like, it's not my intentions on making you jump through hoops. Because that was another thing. He was just like, oh, I don't want to have to jump through hoops, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, it's not about jumping through hoops, but it's just like, because we, again, like when we were in the car having the conversation before I left him, I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? That, you know, these are my boundaries. Like, I don't want to touch. Like, I want to wait to touch, kiss, and all that kind of stuff. And he's just like, yeah, well, you're trying to, like, make me jump through all these hoops just to get what I want. And it's just like, but then he's also trying to say that he's not looking for sex. And so he was like, and I appreciate that. And then he told me that I needed to get my nails done. He was commenting on my nails and talking about, oh, you need to feel blah, blah, blah. He was like, and I can get that taken care of for you, right? So I'm like, okay. Oh, and mind you, in the car, he offered me a car. I don't know how I said that, but he offered me a car. And I was just like, oh, wow, that would be really nice, you know? I would really appreciate that. I didn't downplay it. I didn't like be like, oh my God, what? And just like act like it already happened. You know what I mean? I was just like, that would be really nice. Like, I would really appreciate that. And so then I texted him and I was like, and you jinxed me. I just broke a nail. He was like, LOL, damn, my bad. And then he texted me, he was like, but we can be friends and build a solid friendship minus the touchy-feely stuff. I hearted the message and I said, I like that idea. And then he said, there's nothing wrong with platonic relationships, so yes. So I said, I agree. Friendships build trust, which is a solid foundation for any relationship. Now, mind you, he was in the car saying that, oh, I'm just going to give you the car and leave you alone, like, because I'm very attracted to you and I really like you and I want to be with you, but I just, what the fuck did he say? But I just know something. I don't know, like, I don't know, but it was something in regards to like me not giving him that access, that free access to be touchy-feely. So that's why he was saying like minus the touchy-feely stuff, because that's really what he wants. That's what he wants in exchange for like what he's offering me. That's ultimately what he wants. He wants access to my body. So I was just like, I agree. Friendships build trust, which is a solid foundation for any relationship. He said, I think you're cool and I like being around you. We aren't on the same page in regard to the relationship aspect, but I'm cool just being your friend and nothing more. So I hearted the message, didn't respond. And he texted me an hour and a half later and said, I'm giving you $20,000 as a personal gift. I said, can you also teach me how to invest it and make it grow into more? He said, of course, that's the plan. LOL, even though you were stingy and didn't give me a kiss. And I said, friends don't kiss, with the emoji. And he gave it a thumbs up. And he said, thank you for the correction. You are correct. There are things that friend that just met don't do. I'll act accordingly. Now, I'm going to pause right there and say this is a manipulation tactic. Because did he not bring up the friends word? I said, well, okay. So he said platonic relationships. He said there's nothing wrong with platonic relationships. So yes, because he said, he's the one that brought it up. He said, but we can be friends and build a solid friendship minus the touchy-feely stuff. And then he said there's nothing wrong with platonic relationships. He is sitting up here trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know how to say it, but he's trying to get a reaction out of me. That's what I feel like. I feel like he's trying to get me to beg him for a relationship. Like he automatically took a relationship out of the equation because when he heard the word boundaries and I was telling him no to touching me, he immediately went into that, oh, I need to step back. I need to take a step back. Oh, I'm doing too much. Oh, I'm giving too soon. And I'm telling him, yeah. I'm like, you don't have boundaries? He's like, no. I'm like, so I could just go in your wallet and take whatever I want. He was like, yeah. That ain't me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wish I had it in me like the bitches got it. Okay, you know what I mean? But I'm not into that because I already know how niggas is. You're not about to hold nothing over me, bro. Fuck that shit. Keep it. Just like with the lighter. I'm like, take the lighter. Bitch, I'll go get a new one. Hey, take it. I don't want the problems. If you want the fucking lighter, gone. Like, I don't have time. So he's trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do little shit to, like, make me question what his intentions are. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm like, okay, so do you want to be friends or do you want to pursue a relationship with me? If you want to pursue a relationship with me, then of course I'm going to want different things from you than I would if you were my friend. And if you were going to pursue me in a relationship, then I obviously would be more open, but it has to make sense. It has to be a time and a place. Like, you know what I'm saying? It can't just be first day off the jump, you giving me a car, $20,000, we get married and all this stuff. That's too fast for me. So he's like, he brought up the friendship shit. He said, let's just be friends because he couldn't take it. I was open. I was like, you know, I'm open, but it's going to take time. Obviously, I don't know you like that. And I'm over here like, you don't have to give me a car. You can wait. If you want to wait to give me a car, please wait to give me a car. Fuck. If you want to wait to see if this, please wait. Because I'm definitely going to wait to give you some coochie. I promise you, I'm going to wait to give you that. So anywho, he said, then, you know, after that, he said, of course, that's the plan. LOL, even though you were stingy and didn't give me my kiss. I said, friends don't kiss. He said, thank you for that correction. You are correct. There are things that friend that just met don't do. I'll act accordingly. And I put the laughing emoji and I said, you said it, not me. He said, got it. I sent the thumbs up. No response. So now the next day at 9:53, he said, I'll have cash for you Friday morning. I hearted the message. And then he sent me the thumbs up a couple hours later. And then I texted him and said, I hope your day is going well. And then he said, I can't complain. And then I put the heart emoji. Okay. Because there's nothing there. And then it's the same day, but later on it says that he's outside. So I did like a kind of like a testing. I was just like, you know what, if he said that he'll do anything for me, because he did say that he would do anything for me, that if I needed him to call him, you know what I mean, and I needed some raw cones because I had bought some that day, or I bought some had recently, and somehow I came home and I had everything but these. So I was just like, you know, can you pick me up some cones? He picked me up some cones. I really like that. You know, it took him a couple hours, but he did come. He came and he got me the cones. So he was like outside, and I was like, coming. I was like, are you inside the gate? Coming in now, wait there. Told him he passed me. He was like, the gate of the trash cans. So I go outside, I see him. I was gonna roll up in his car and chill with him for a little bit, but he said he had to go somewhere. So I was like, okay. And I was in this cute little sweater dress or whatever. And he thought I looked beautiful. He told me I looked beautiful. Gave him a hug and kiss on the cheek, and I went inside. And he left. And then he texted me and was just like, it was nice seeing you, even though it was brief. And then I hearted the message and I said, I can honestly say the same. I was really happy that he bought me the cones. It's something small, you know, smaller than $20,000, smaller than a car, and it made me smile. I was like, he stopped his day to come get me, like, you know, even the rides. I was just like, you know, okay, he's a man of his word. He's consistent. He's showing up. Hey, you know, so I'm like, okay, bet. So I was like, I can honestly say the same, kissing emoji. So he was like, no lie, wishing you were here with me right now. So I said, in due time. He was like, yes, your timeline. Sleep well. I was like, thank you. Make sure to dream about me. And he gave it a thumbs up. And then he texted me. Well, he dropped me off at the dropped me off at the gym. And then probably like a few minutes maybe into my session, or maybe, I don't know what time I got there, but a few minutes into my session, because it's 9:30 when he texted me this, and he got me around like 9, so I'm 30 minutes into my session, not on my phone. So he says, I need someone to practice my massages on. I'm going for a new cert. That means certification. So that was at 9:38 a.m. And then he texted me at 11:40 a.m. and said disregard. Now, this is Wednesday, and so Wednesdays, I have pole dancing classes, and my daughter gets out of school early. She gets out of school at 12:10. So at 11:40 a.m. he texted me, and mind you, I don't have a car. I catch the bus, and again, I know he said, oh, you can call me, I don't know. Hyper independent, and maybe this is where I fucked up, you know, just, you know, I don't know, maybe this is part of what, you know, where I fucked up, not being able to just be like, hey, I need to, it just takes time. All right. So I'm catching the bus, and, you know, I'm doing my own thing. I actually ended up getting on the wrong bus. Like, it's just, catching the bus is very frustrating. Side note, it's very frustrating. So anywho, so he texted me at 11:40 and was like, disregard. So I was like, I think disregard is what you have for my time, Mr. Insert's name. But I'll do my part and communicate if I already haven't. I have pole dancing classes every Wednesday from 10:15 to 11:15. I navigate by bus to do so, and it's such a headache to deal with because they're never on time, and sometimes I get on the wrong one. Not to mention I need to get my daughter to school by 8:20 the same way. So if it takes a while for me to respond, I'm busy and will respond when I get a chance. Kissy face. Also, and then I responded to his previous message. And I said, also, I'm well overdue for a massage. Definitely about that time for me to get another one. And so then he texted me and said, and pause, let me pause right here before I start. This is where, with this message specifically right here, brought me back to, it triggered me because it brought me back to a person who consistently dug at my flaws and dug and picked and poked and like tried to like say little sly shit to tear me down a little bit. Now, it might not come out and seem that way in this message, but to me, because I've already had the conversation and the interactions with the person, I read this as them. Seriously, it's crazy. After I read it, I'm just like, damn, that sounded a lot like that motherfucker. So he says, I operate differently and don't take things personally. I operate with a sense of urgency when communicating with those I deem to be of value in my life. And the idea of being too busy or busy is often something utilized to minimize the importance of someone by masking it as the person being busy. Most people doing unconsciously, some consciously. Either way, I don't take it personally. We all must do what we feel comfortable doing. One size doesn't fit all. I simply gravitate towards those that fit the same size as me. I have a great understanding for what you have to do and the circumstances that you face, hence last night's drop off. Also, I'm solution based, so I would have picked you up, got you an Uber, etc., etc. Also, the car's in the is in the now being serviced, but all is well, no worries. So I said, I'll make sure to reach out for help then instead of making excuses. Also, always push notify anyway if you really need to reach me. Now, I didn't give in to everything that he said because it's mentally exhausting. Because again, like I said, he triggered me and made me think of someone else who's had conversations with me, trying to make me do stuff that I don't want to do. Like, nigga, I will get to you when I feel like it. Like, you're not a priority in my life. Literally, I have a life that I have to live. And honestly, no, I can't expect you to just drop everything and come according to my schedule. Although that is what I want. I know that's crazy. It is what I want. But at the same time, I have to get used to that. I'm independent. I'm hyper independent. I'm someone who always has had to figure it out for herself, by herself, how to do some shit. You know what I mean? I've always had to go through the hardest shit ever in order to figure out, okay, that was wrong. This is how you do it. You know what I mean? So for me, I don't be having time. So, I try to push past it. I'm like, you know what? Work on yourself, Tanisha. You know what I mean? So that's why I said, I'm just like, you know what? I'll reach out for help then instead of making excuses. Okay? So he was just like, I push notify every time. So that's him trying to make me text him whenever he wants. My phone's on do not disturb all the fucking time. It stays on it 24/7. Even after, as soon as my alarm goes off in the morning, it's boom, on do not disturb. Sleep mode off, do not disturb on. And he's pushing notify anyway, trying to make me text him when he texts me. So, whatever. Give a little inch. So he said, you have already told me what space you are in anyways. So truthfully, it's unfair for me to expect from you what you made clear that at this point in your life you can't give. I'm the drop everything type. If you were to call, I'd drop everything to make sure your need is met. Also, I'm a consistency, everyday effort type as well. If I care or am interested, I won't let hours go by without reaching out. And there won't be a day that goes by where I'm not trying to see the person I'm interested in. But that's just me. Can't expect that from everyone. I do hope the day treats you well. Mind you, we're still on Wednesday, December 3rd. Me and him met on December 1st. So I said, I appreciate your perspective. I hear you and I'm warming up to you. So far, you have been a man of your word. That's very attractive to me. He thumbs up the message. So then he says, go at the pace that's comfortable for you and do what you feel is in your best interest for self. I respect the journey that you on, and a journey such as that, you need to see it through and not deter from it. I'm an action person, and I based my moves on a person's actions, communication, and how they prioritize me, nothing more. I appreciate you telling and showing me where your actions, so I may act accordingly. I thumbs up the message. And then I didn't respond because, again, even reading that is making me exhausted. I don't know how to explain it. But because I had like actual interactions with him in person, his energy just leaks over. Like, because now I've talked to him in person and I've interacted with him in person, I can now read his text messages as his voice and like how he's saying it. And he is very manipulative. He will twist it. He'll go back like, he'll say something and then you'll say something that like, I don't know like how to explain it, but then he'll contradict himself. It's like if you agree, then he'll try to like flip. Like one time he was just like, I'm always doing for people and they never do for me. Like, who's going to support me? Who's going to support me? And so I looked at him and said, how can I support you? In what ways can I support you? That's what I said. I said, in what ways can I support you? He said, just by being yourself and showing up and just being yourself. And I don't know how many times I have to tell you how irritating that response is to hear from anybody. Like, I even asked my friend, I'm like, how can I be a better friend? She's like, just keep being yourself. And I'm like, what does that mean? I'm like, that's enough. I don't know. Like, I'm just like, I could be doing something right. Like, I could call you more, text you more. I don't know, send you money. I don't know. Like, what can I do? Like, because I'm a loner. I'm by myself. Like, I don't really consider other people for real. Like, I don't want to say that because I do, but I've over considered people in the past to where now I just kind of isolate myself, and it's like, if I can help, I can help, but like, if you don't ask, I won't offer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not checking for you to see if you need help. Like, I'm just be mind my own business, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, I really am just, I don't know, bro. I don't know. So then he texted me, because like I said, I just thumbs up the message and I didn't respond. And then he texted me and said, LOL, I was excited about the massage though. So I said, I bet you were. He said, you'd be correct. I said, and then he said, with where you currently are, I'm going to fall back out of respect, but my phone is always open if you need anything. And I'll have the car ready to transfer over to you this week as well as the money. Enjoy your day. So I jokingly responded to the massage message and I said, now I'm forced to go to an Asian to pay with money instead of my love, affection, and appreciation. And then he said, LOL, stop. You can get a massage right now. Shaking my head, dramatics, LOL. I said anything. So then I sent the emoji pouting and I said, I don't want it anymore. You keep giving me your attention and taking it away when you don't get a response fast enough. I don't like that. So now I'm going to let you enjoy your day. And when you're ready to be nice to me only, then we can talk. So he says, you have my full undivided attention. But wait, didn't he just say he's going to pull back out of respect for where I currently am? You have my full undivided attention. You've had it since I laid eyes on you. I'm just realistic. If a person has the ability to make the effort, then I follow suit. If they're unable to, then I act accordingly. LOL. How am I not being nice to you? Parentheses, rhetorical. I'm making the effort, showing you the attention, trying to be, but hey, I don't mind you turning down the massage. I respect your personal decision and I won't ask again. I cannot tell you how many times I typed deleted. Typed a bunch of shit, deleted. Because I'm over here like, okay, I'm already overanalyzing how I am in dating. So I'm just like, okay, you could be more this, you could be less this, like you could be more open, like you could just pull back a little bit. Like I'm analyzing and I'm trying to like make good moves. Like I really am dating with intentions. Like I want my king, and I just want us to be nasty together and make money and be happy and rich and in love and just influential as fuck, like, and sexy as fuck and a hopeless romantic. So I'm over here fucking doing mental gymnastics talking to this nigga. So I said, see, this is what I'm talking about. I never denied the massage. You did. That's the answer to your rhetorical question. You're being mean by taking away your offer because I didn't respond in a timely fashion. I'm trying. I'm really trying, but you're making it hard. He sends me some Busta Rhymes talks facts on Drink Champs. I don't know. And then he said, LOL, this is how I operate. So we'll just go ahead and play the video. Hold on. Let's go back.
I got a zero tolerance. You can see my message come from your phone, and you're going to act like you're going to reach out to me way after the fact. Because between you choosing to get back to me in a timely manner and you choosing not to, it ain't that you don't see when I reach out to you. You see it. You do see it. You could have got back to me in 5 minutes. It's called principle, and it's called respect.
Pay my phone bill. Yeah. Pay my phone bill. If you want me to respond in a timely fashion and respond to your message whenever you want me to, pay my bill. If somebody not dying, like, I don't know you. I don't owe you a quick ass response. I have my own day. Like, imagine I just picked up my child and we're doing homework. We're telling each other about our day, and you're trying to rush me to text you when I'm trying to have quality fucking time with my daughter. Fuck you. Pay my phone bill. Straight up. So, anywho. So he said, LOL, this is how I operate. I'm not attempting to make it hard in any way. All bullshit, I guess he meant all bullshit aside. And I don't take the massage back. I didn't take the massage back. You already told me that you're in a space where you just focused on you, and I have to respect that. Let me be clear. I want you. But if we go back, it says that he just wants to be friends, and he gonna fall back. I want you, for real, and literally there's nothing I wouldn't do for you to see you happy, comfortable, and stress-free. I'm not too tough to state my truth. You're worth the effort. So I replied to the, I'm not attempting to make it hard in any way, all bullshit aside. I didn't take the massage back, blah, blah, blah. So I said, I'm open, and it seems like you keep making assumptions based off of what I said the first time we ever met. If you want me on the same page, you'll show up as yourself and who and how you say you're going to be, and do what you say you're going to do, and I'll naturally fall into my role. Until then, you're the leader, and if you start leading me down a path of emotional instability, I will drop it in you altogether. And then I responded again to his, I responded to his other message about the, let me be clear, I want you for real, and literally there's nothing I wouldn't do for you, blah, blah, blah. So I said, this is what I want to see and hear. This is what I like. This plus you keeping your word is what makes me more and more attracted to you. So then he texts me back and replies to the other message. He says, opportunity breeds opportunity. Another trigger for me, because he sounds exactly like that pimp nigga I do not like. I can't show up and be myself if the opportunity is minimal. Secondly, your last statement, I'll drop it and you altogether. I'm not expandable. This statement implied that. I think we're going down the wrong path with this conversation. I attempted to be understanding of where you are in life, yet it's morphed into something different, so real, simple. If you make the time and create space for me to show up, I shall. If not, I shall continue with my attention being pointed towards things I do. And he texted me later on, and then he said, do you want a hug? So I was in the middle of replying, though, before he said that. And I said, my intentions weren't to imply that you're expandable. Texting is a murky thing. I can't hear your delivery, so maybe there's something that's causing confusion on me. Maybe there's something that's causing confusion on my end. So he said, do you want a hug? I was like, I need a hug, LOL. He was like, tell me when and where. I was like, well, I'm at home helping with homework at the moment. I can maybe cash in on that a little later. So he was like, of course. And so a little later, I texted him and was like, I could really use that hug right about now. So he was like, picking up my son from school, then dropping him off at therapy, and I could stop by. Pause. First day I met this man, he showed me where his son went to school, and he showed me where he kept the car that he was going to be giving me. So this was at 3 o'clock. 6 o'clock came, I never heard from him. So, and I told him that I had a class from 7 to 8, and then I was going to be getting ready for bed. He was like, okay, no problem. I never got my hug. And then he texted me later that night and was like, sleep well, I miss you. I was like, must not be that much. He said, just left a real estate investors event, and it's more than you know. I was like, I hope you enjoyed yourself. I've always wanted to go to some sort of networking event, and you'd have to prove to me how much you miss me, because telling me doesn't really hit me in the spots I like. He sends me a video of himself, or a picture of himself, a live picture of himself. He said, given the opportunity, I can do a lot. There hasn't been much time granted to see you, thus words are what's available. I said, you look nice. He said, thank you. I was like, you're welcome. And I said, when would you like to see me? He said, every day and every opportunity that I can. I was like, okay, then tomorrow's an open day for me. Would you be able to bring me to the gym? He said, yes, I can. I said, is getting me there by 8:30 work for you, or is 9 better? He said, by 9, I drop my son off at 8:30. I said, okay, I might just need you to pick me up. I usually head to the gym after dropping my daughter off. Should I catch a ride back home, or do you want to meet me near the school? He was like, near the school. I was like, okay, call me when you're done dropping your son off to school and I can see you my location. So he was like, okay. And then the next day, we're on Thursday now, December 4th, 4 days into knowing him, 3 kind of. So he says, am I still taking you to the gym? I said, yes, sir. Can you meet me at Nob Hill? He said, yes. I was like, thank you. See you there. Asked me where I'm at, came out, yes. I told him, I asked him, I said, will you be available at 10:45? He said, yes. I said, I'll be done at that time. He's like, okay. He was outside at 10:45. So I said, coming out. And then I asked him if he could take me to take a shower. He said he had nothing to do. So I was like, well, can you take me to take a shower? And then take me out to eat. So I went and showered. He took me to go give me some food. He doesn't do dates. So whatever. So I was updating him on when I got out the shower, whatever. He didn't come in. I don't let people come in. He don't know where I live. He knows approximately where I live. He don't know where I live. And so I told him I was coming down. And then okay, yes. So he went and got me food, and then he paid for my nails. And I gave him a kiss on the cheek, and I thanked him. And he said, LOL, such a horrible trade-off. LOL, I get told no and say yes. I said, stop it. You know I'm worth it. He said, that I don't know. I can only go off what you tell me, but not here to question your worth, just operating off the info I'm given. But no big deal. Enjoy the nail service. Talk to you later. So I said, you do know it. That's why you're here. Me and you are going to have a really great time together. I can tell. I can feel it. He said, okay. And I said, talk to you later, kissy face. He said, will do. And then he randomly, this is random. So he randomly, so he texted me like an hour later, or an hour and a half later. He says, I genuinely respect your boundaries, and it's not for me to push your boundaries, especially when you're not ready. I get into boyfriend mode quick and act accordingly, but that's no excuse for me to push you past your level of comfort. I just need to alter the way I move. LOL, I do too much and feel away when things don't go my way. Now, that was a good message for me. I thought that was a great message. I was like, okay, some vulnerability, you know what I'm saying? Some accountability, you know what I'm saying? Some respect for my boundaries, because he was just like, I respect yours, but I don't really respect that boundary shit. He was saying that, literally. And I'm just like, well, shit, I don't know how we gonna work out, because I got him and I ain't going nowhere. So, I guess he, was getting around to, I don't know. I guess he was getting around to it. So I was like, I already understand. I was like, I see how you're serious. I see you're serious, but do you want to be friends or do you want more? I don't like the back and forth, because this is given very much confusing. Like, you're paying for my nails, but then you're telling me that you just want to be friends and that you don't want to. And then you're telling me that you want to do everything for me. And then you're telling me that you're going to back off. And like, it's giving, like, I'm very confused, because and it's really so simple. And it's all because I'm not letting him touch me and kiss me yet. Mind you, I only asked because he kept bringing it up. He was talking shit about my nails, talking about he was going to pay for my nails. He said he was going to give me a car. He said all these things first. And so now here I am with my hand out trying to cash the check. He said he had a check. And the girl mentioned a check of some sort. No, he didn't. But he actually did. He actually said, I'm going to pay for your nails. I'm going to get your nails done. I'm going to give you a car. I'm going to give you $20,000. I'm not making it up. I'm reading the shit. So he says, I guess that meant not. I'm not doing a back and forth. I'm reading the room. You've made your boundaries clear, and I'm just respecting them. That's it. That's all. Not putting a pin in friendship or relationship. I'm only dealing with one thing, which again is your boundaries, nothing more. I said, yeah, which changes once I see you're serious. I don't let strangers touch me, but my man can. I don't allow strangers to do whatever they want. I allow my man more freedom. I feel like I did too much here. Already off the bat, I regret sending this message. Over the last couple of days, you've shown up for me in the ways that you've said. That's opened me up, but I know you'll do what's best for you, and I also respect that. And then, look here. It's crazy how I said that without reading the first message, and then when I glanced at the next message that I sent, it's funny because I literally thought the same thing. In the moment that I sent this text message, I also felt, bitch, you doing too much. Because then I backdoored and said, actually, thank you for respecting my boundaries and not pushing me to meet you at your pace. I also respect your decision to move how you see fit. Honestly, I wish I would have just led with that. Because honestly, he really did. He really had me participating in the mental gymnastics with him. He really knew how to pull me in. Because in these messages, it's going to sound like he's emotionally mature. He's trying to respect my boundaries. He's doing what he needs to do. But I promise you, in person, it was like that too. But it was also, you can tell like he was like a little fucking boy, a confused kid who just didn't know what to fucking do with himself. Like he was literally saying a bunch of contradicting things, and I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? There were some times where we would end up saying the same thing, but yet it felt like we were disagreeing, which is frustrating because I've had that conversation. I mean, I've had that incident with my baby daddy. It's just the way people say shit. It's just like, I'm saying one thing, and then they're saying, no, blah, 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 blah. And so automatically I heard no, so that's disagreeing. Ain't that what the fucking word no means? That means you disagree, you don't accept, it's a no. So when you say no and then say some other shit that sounds offensive and sounds like it goes against what I'm saying, and then you're saying we're saying the same thing. If we were saying the same thing, then we probably wouldn't be fucking arguing now, would we? No, you're saying some shit and it's confusing me. And because I'm confused, you're trying to tell me that it's my fault because I'm confused. No, you're causing confusion. And here I am showing up in what you're causing. Anywho, so then he said, that's what gets me in trouble most times. I don't do what's best for me. I give blindly with genuine intention, and that's taken advantage of, which is a me problem. People can only do what you allow. I very much so respect your stance, for real. Although I didn't like it and I felt rejected in the moment, I realized that standing your ground only helps you, not hurts you. I said, would you like me to send the $110 back to you? And then he says, no, why would I want you to give me back what I've already given to you? I don't operate like that. I'm just reflecting on current things in my life and seeing how I can learn from them and change my behavioral patterns. I said, it's best to do what's best for you. I said, it's always best to do what's best for you. He gave it a thumbs up. Honestly, at this point in the conversation, like the way I read it, it made me feel like, dang, girl, why'd you say that? Like, why'd you ask him? Did he want the money back? And I'm rereading it, and it's because he's like, that's what gets me in trouble. I don't do what's best for me. I give blindly with genuine intention, and that's taken advantage of, which is a problem, which is a me problem. People can only do what you allow. I very much so respect your stance, for real. So it was that part. So it was basically saying that he felt like he was being taken advantage of. Should I not like... He's saying that he's just reflecting, but it just sounds like a whole lot like you pay for me to get your nails done and you don't feel like you've received anything worth have done that. Like you feel like you pay for my... Like what I took this as is that you pay for my nails and you wish you wouldn't have because you didn't get what you want. And so that's why I asked him. I'm like, why would you like your $110 back? Like, nigga, I'm good for it. Fuck is we talking about? Like, I was gonna get my nails done regardless. But you said you was gonna get them done, so why would I not? So, he said, I think you take what I say personal and wrong. And he's very much so right. I do. I very, very, very much do, because I've already listened to you in person and you're very offensive. Like you said, he even said, fuck your boundaries as a joke. And I'm like, yeah, well, jokes have some truth to them. And you've already made it very clear that you're uncomfortable with boundaries. And then I guess, like, as time goes on, I don't know what, like, you know, part of me feels like, yeah, as time went on, he was starting to see what I meant and he was starting to, like, unravel. Because he even said at one moment, I said something that triggered him to see, like, damn, like, you really just helped me unlock something in my brain. But the way he was saying it was, like, aggressive. And I felt offended. I was just like, all because I said what I'm used to, like my truth, you're getting offended and you're saying like all this shit. It was so weird. It felt like a personal attack. So I was like, maybe, but maybe your delivery isn't getting delivered the way you intend to it. We both misunderstand each other. He said, I think you may be right. I'm just paying attention to what you're saying. I listened to your boundaries. You made it clear that the more I do, the more comfortable you are. So the more effort and put in, if you see another, then you'll reciprocate. I hearted that message because it's very much true. You're a man. And unfortunately, like you will have to. You will have to. Because if he would have just came in and like didn't offer me a car, didn't offer me money, you know, it just went like a regular courtship. You know, he really put in the time and effort to get to know me and like really, you know, sit down and come up with a plan and spend more time and like I would say literally the only thing he was lacking is emotional intelligence. Otherwise, he's got it all together. He really did seem like the perfect person, but except for like it's the emotional games, because I'm emotionally mature, so I see that. And it's frustrating because we were just alike. I mean, I'm so frustrated. Because it's hard, because I really will. I'll leave. It doesn't matter how good it can seem. It doesn't matter the potential. I'll leave you. So he said, I did enjoy spending time with you today. I said, I just want to have that safe space to open up at my pace, because I know I feel like home on the inside and out. I know I'm a good woman, and I truly have been saving myself and actively working on myself for the right person. I enjoyed myself. Despite our disagreement, I do feel safe around you. He said, I respect that. Your pace is important, LOL. I love my pace as well. I love the freedom of exploring the person I like. I said, I love your pace. And one thing you'll learn about me, I'm a fast learner, very hands-on. Flirting. He said, I'm not tripping, rock at your pace. I have plenty going on to keep me occupied. Plus, I know I only have a small window to hang out with you, which is between gym time and mornings. I enjoy the small talk, the small moments I get. I said, likewise, Mr. Insert name. So he said, oh shit, I said the wrong thing again. Clarification, other things to keep me occupied. Bro. And then he said, I do wish I were kissing her right now. Good night. I said, in due time. Good night, my baby. Still trying to flirt. Honestly, I want this car and this money. Let's keep it a buck. I do want to see about that car and that money. So he said, laughing my ass off, yep, the killer of wet dreams. Good night. I have been told. Good. Fuck you niggas. And then he says, am I picking you up and taking you anywhere tomorrow? I was like, I'd like a ride to and from the gym if that's possible. He said, okay. I said, same time as yesterday? Yes. Same place as well? Okay. And then I told him that I made it. He said, okay, driving the car, making it into the parking lot, coming out. And then I told him that, and this is on Friday, I said, I'll be ready at 11:30 if you're available. He said, okay, I'm outside. I was like, coming out. And then he let me know that he was going to drop me off because, you know, the day before, he dropped me off and waited outside my house for like an hour so I could take a shower and get ready and so he can go take me to get something to eat. Well, he said, while he brought me home from the gym, he told me that he was going to go pick up his son and pick up food for his son and his son's grandma and, or his grandma. Some old lady. And then he was gonna drop me off, go get his son, and then go get food for them. And then he was gonna come get me after my shower and then take me to get something to eat. So then he texted me and was like, what did you want to eat? And I told him the same thing that I had yesterday. If that's okay. I said, if not, then another place works for me. He said, Okay, come on. You ready? I say yes, coming down. He said, so this is Friday. And so, I go down or whatever. And this day, this is where he basically kind of like makes me cry right before I pick up my daughter. So, we're in the car and he pulls over and he's like, do you want to drive? Because I did ask him. I was just like, well, I would kind of like a ride to pick my daughter up. He's like, okay. So he pulled over because I was trying to give him directions, but we were having a conversation. So it was kind of hard to give him directions and have the conversation. So he pulls over and lets me drive. And we're talking and he's trying to like, I forgot how the conversation started, but it basically ended up in me like spazzing out because he tried to say that I had like he was talking about his problems. And then he asked me a question and I was answering it like honestly and truthfully. And he basically was trying to make it seem like I was living in the victim mentality and I was telling the same story. And I'm like, bro, like what the fuck? And I'm getting irritated because I'm like, I'm the Evertone of like taking my, like if I tell people my story, they're going to be sad for me. And I'm just going to be like, girl, it's okay. Like, calm down. I'm good. Obviously, I'm good. I'm just telling you what the fuck. I can't help that my shit is sad. I can't help that when you hear my shit, you feel bad. I don't tell myself that story. I have a happy life. I'm happy. But like, I'm not going to sit up here. I don't know. I'm sorry, you guys. I cannot fake it. I cannot lie. I'm sorry. I can lie. It depends on what it is. But actually, I have gotten to the point where I can't lie. I can't lie. I'm not going to be embarrassed about anything. I found myself. I love myself. Like, literally. I don't have anything to lie about. I will confess any fucking thing. I don't need to go to the church and to the Pope or to the priest. I'll air it all out. Yeah, I did that. I did that. That was me. I fucked up, didn't I? But it is what it is. But yeah. So he's trying to constructive criticism me, but I'm not taking it constructively at all. I'm taking it very personal. I'm taking it offensively. And I'm like, nigga, you talking just to talk. You're trying to make me feel bad simply because you're not getting what you want out of me. And I'm simply okay with like letting you can stop doing all of this shit. You don't have to do none of this shit that you're offering to do for me. And I'm not saying that as a person who's unfucking grateful, bro. I'm simply saying it as like, just because you feel it in your heart to move at 1,000 fucking miles a minute, you ready to get down and busy and dirty on the first day, that's on you, nigga. That ain't got shit to do with me. And just because you want to do that, I'm not ready to do that. Go find someone who is aligned with fucking you on the first date. Go find someone who falls in line and is in alignment with someone who wants to allow you to touch them any kind of way you want to. But don't come over here trying to say, oh, I'm a fucked up individual because I don't want to give you what you want out of me. Because you've decided that you want to overly give to somebody you don't know that well. That's on you because you lack boundaries. I'm supposed to as well. I'm supposed to just blindly accept the fact that you said you was going to give me $20,000. You just said you was going to give me a car. And I was supposed to just believe that shit and just give you open and wide open. Like, oh, yeah, he said he was going to give me a $20,000. Wham! Oh, he said he was going to give me a car. Oh, he said he was going to do some shit. And then as soon as you get the grippy, now all of a sudden you can't pick me up for the gym. Now all of a sudden you too busy. Now all of a sudden XYZ. And then when I get on this bitch complaining about that, then oh you picked him, oh you did this and oh you did that and blah 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 blah. No, nigga. You said you was gonna do that shit and until you do it, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting back and I'm being the pretty princess that I was before you came over here. I was just a pretty princess walking in the rain. A pretty princess walking in the rain. And you came and decided, I'm going to be Captain Savo. She don't want to be saved. And it's not that I don't want to be saved, honestly. I definitely am a damsel in distress. What the fuck is he talking about here? I am. My daughter was just making fun of me today, okay? You should have seen my ass. I had on this fur coat, and I had on some heels and my dress, And I'm chasing down the bus, like, oh my God. And in my Ross bag, I had a big ass, we just went shopping. We just had finished eating, shopping. And I'm running after the bus, like, please wait. It's cold as fuck. I am a damsel in distress. I am. Save me, somebody, please. Cinderella. The one where Brandy was the Cinderella. Give it to me now. Okay. But yeah. So we part ways. And no. I picked my daughter up. I had to wipe my tears, act like I wasn't crying, act like I wasn't sad. He had a very good conversation with her. He was asking her very good questions, intelligent questions, trying to talk to her, get to know her a little better. And then he said that he was going to pay for her gymnastics classes. He told her that while I was in the car. I sent her upstairs and we finished talking, calm down or whatever. And then I allowed him to hug me from the back, turn me around and just rub his, hold me, rub me a little bit, kiss me on the cheek, kiss him on the cheek, opening up to him a little bit more, even though he just made me cry and I didn't really realize like that he was really, I did realize actually, I cussed him out, I yelled and it was kind of crazy, but yeah. He was just like, oh, I'm leaving with blue balls or whatever. And I was just like, I mean, what do they call it when you leave a woman just soaking wet? But, what am I supposed to do? Because, I don't know. Like, he upset me and made me cry in the car. But then, like, the way he calmed me down just kind of, like, really, like, he really, like, just kind of, like, spoke life into me. So that's what's frustrating is, like, they'll use these ways of like breaking you down and then building you back up and then breaking you down and then building you back up and then breaking, and it just keeps you kind of coming back. Like the good things that he was saying made me feel good and it made me want to come, like it made me believe the things that he was saying. So whenever he was saying the mean things and I'd get all confused and I'd get like offended or whatever, and he could see the change in my face or he could notice the shift and he changes and he's like, oh, now that I got her here, now I gotta da-da-da. Like, it's just like a mind game and it was really fucked up. Okay, so then, I give him, a little bit more affection before he leaves. And then he texts me later on and he says, good talk, even though it ended in rejection yet again. I said good night with a laughing emoji because he's full of shit. I opened up to him and I was just like, you left me horny. You know what I'm saying? I let him know that he left me desiring him. Like, frustrating. So he says, enjoy your evening. I said, thank you. You do the same. Kissy face. He said, thanks. I was like, you're welcome. He said, queen, no, LOL. And then he said, I honestly dislike the fact that I'm really only allowed to spend time with you in the car and that I can't be affectionate towards you. So my next message is going to probably sound insensitive because I just read his other messages, not recently. I mean, just recently. Oh, fucking well. You're a grown-ass man and you already said that you don't do dates. You've already invited me to your studio place where you do podcast and we had a discussion and, you kept trying to hint at doing things and I was just like, no, and just fake futuring. It's like fake future faking or whatever. Like, we didn't do anything, I didn't let him touch me, whatever. But, like we're having these deep conversations and I am starting to like him. Like, again, he is showing up for me. He's feeding me. Like, you know what I'm saying? He is doing the things and we're having these conversations and I'm just like, this is to be expected, especially when you go through a period of isolation and you're by yourself and, you have to get back there in the dating world and you have to deal with people and, you do have to learn how to talk to people, how to hear people. And, he's just like, you don't really listen to other people and what their perspective is and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, I'm taking some of these things and I'm listening because I love constructive criticism. I love growing. Like, if I'm wrong in some area, like if someone can tell me like what I can do to be better, I can do that thing and be better. Like, please help me. I was not, I want to say I raised myself, but I was raised in a way. But honestly, your girl don't know nothing. She's just figuring it all out. And If you have the answers, please let me know. If you have a better way of doing it, let me know. If you have an easier solution, please let me know. I will take heed. Okay? Okay. So I said, if I were you, I'd plan something for us to do. I personally don't like to be cooped up inside all the time. I love shopping, fine dining, nature, and exploring. I like doing fun activities, and I'd also like to learn ways to make passive income so I can be more financially independent and set up a future for my daughter. My intentions with this message was to let him know a little bit more about me and what I like to do, just in case he wanted to plan something around those things so we could get to know each other better. Because being at your house or being at my house and just chilling is not a way that you can say we're getting to know each other, and that just be it for me. Sorry, I like dates. And he said he didn't do dates, so that was like also another thing. It's like, oh, we're definitely not going to be compatible because I like dates. I take myself on dates. I like flowers, so you can even find. He's like, I do a flower. I hate flower. Oh my gosh. Okay. So my intention was just to tell him the things that I like. I even included things that didn't cost money, so he didn't feel like I was using him. So he said, thank you for this message. I hearted it. I knew he didn't like the message. However, I didn't understand why he didn't like the message. But he will let me know why. So this is Saturday, which is supposed to be, now we're on to the next day, which is supposed to be him bringing the car to my parking spot at 11:30 a.m. That's what he told me in the car. And we left on good terms. So whenever he texted me and said, good talk, even though it ended in rejection yet again, he was full of shit, which is why I replied with good night with the laughing emoji, because he literally was full of shit. He was literally full of shit. He said, we left on good terms. He said that he was going to have the car there by 11:30 a.m. 11:30 came, 12:30 came, 1:30 came, 2:30 came, 3:30 came, 4:30 came, and here we are at 5:12, and he's texting me talking about no communication today. No worries. Hope all is well. But this is the same man that said that he doesn't need to be told anything twice. He's a man of his word, and he never forgets. Those are the words he came and said. He volunteered those words. Cool. So then he says, it's okay, I get it. Actions speak louder than words. I respect it. I didn't have anything to say, honestly, because you didn't show up at all, and you didn't communicate that you weren't going to show up at all, or, anything. You didn't communicate at all. I had already decided that I was done, because you're full of shit. And some might say, oh, well, all those rides that he gave you, all those times that he fed you, that wasn't enough. No, because the first day I met this man, he said that he was going to give me a car on Thursday. And he still got to talk to me on Friday. He told me that I was going to have $20,000 on Friday. I cried right before picking my daughter up on Friday. And then I had to pretend like I wasn't sad. And now here we are Saturday, and this nigga don't even reach out to me until 5 o'clock to tell me that I'm fucked up for not communicating. So he says, oh, fun fact, I put aside the money for a full year of classes at Bay. I'm not going to say that. Basically, gymnastics for your daughter. I order cash from the bank in the amount of $20,000, which to get that amount, it must be ordered, which I pick up Tuesday. This is Saturday. I got the SUV service to give to you since you stated you liked SUVs better. Now, mind you, I didn't read this. I'm just now reading this for the first time. Y'all ain't gonna like what I did, probably. I don't care. But I do kind of trust my gut, and I believe that I made the right decision. Even though, because I did read some of this before this recording, and it brought up some emotions, because I'm like, dang girl, are you misreading the situation? Like, did you just pass up a blessing? But ultimately, as I stand here today, I'm okay. I will never ever miss what's for me. And what is for me will always be for me. And it won't come with confusion. It won't have me emotionally unstable. It won't have me questioning myself or my worth. And it will come to me easily. Okay? And effortlessly. And it will be done with no, like, if he really meant the things that he said, if he was really operating out of the kindness of his heart, I wouldn't have heard anything. I would have received my car on Thursday. I would have received my car on Thursday. I would have received that $20,000 on Friday. If he really meant that he wanted to give me a car and give me $20,000, Thursday I would have had a car, and Friday I would have had $20,000. And Friday night he would have been fucked real good. And so this is the rest of his message. It's 4 or 5 fucking paragraphs, bro. So he said, last night threw me off because I said I dislike that I can only see you during the day and that I can't be intimate with you. Your response was, my advice to you is, then you list the things you like to do, shopping, fine dining, etc. Nothing about me or what you're willing and able to do to make me more comfortable. Make you more comfortable. How can I make you more comfortable when you should be worried about my comfortability? I know that might sound selfish to some niggas, but as a man, you should be worried about my comfortability because I've already stated to you since day one, you're making me uncomfortable by trying to touch me, and I don't even know you like that. But you want me to try to make you feel, and every day you attempted to do so. And then when I was just like, no, you really then went in on see, and trying to make me feel bad and trying to say like I'm rejecting you. And in a way I am, but I'm not rejecting you in a way of like, I don't like you, I don't want you to, da, da, da. It's just too soon. Simple as that. Like, I can find you attractive, I can want to have sex with you, like, but I intentional. I don't want to just, I've literally went almost a year now with no dick from another human being. I really don't know what you want me to do. I'm a spiritual person and I protect myself now. Like, the energy exchange, I'm just not up for it. And I want you to wait. You don't have to give me a car right now. You don't have to give me that $20,000. You said you were going to do that shit. And I was never going to expect it if you never said it. If he never said he was going to give me a car, $20,000, do you think that's what your girl would have been expecting? I mean, obviously, I want someone to give me a car, $20,000, $100,000, $1 million. Yeah, of course I want that. You're not Diddy. And even if Diddy was Diddy, I'm still not doing it. So now today, no communication, which gives the feeling that I'm easily expandable and feels like if I'm not giving and you're not receiving, then I'm not seeing you. You the one that said you was going to give me a car, bro. You the one that said you was going to give me $20,000. I didn't ask. I didn't come to you being like, $20,000 and a car, and then we can talk. I didn't come to you like that. No, actually, I was making my way downtown, walking fast, face this past, and I'm home in the cold and rain. And then you pulled up. And then you felt the need to offer me things that you felt like I needed. And then you try to breadcrumb me with rides and lunch. And then when it came time to do the big things that you said you were going to do, you didn't do it. And now you're trying to make it seem like it's because I told you what I like to do because you said that you wanted to spend more time. If you want to spend more time with me and you don't have much to do in your day, I'm going to tell you what I like to do. And then you can plan for us to spend time together and you can get to know me better doing the things that I like to do. And then ultimately you get what you want. Niggas don't know how to play the game. I'm just saying. I'm telling you, if I would have had a car and $20,000, that man would have gotten fucked. Simple as that. Because he was smart enough to. Yeah, my celibacy would have been over. But he didn't keep his word. Because I don't like that. It's the principle. It's the principle. It's the principle. I'm a man of action, and I stand firm behind my words to both you and your daughter. Yet your actions have made it clear of how you view me as well as the situation. I in no way am angry or feel away. Things happen for a specific reason, and over time, it shows exactly who a person is and exactly how they view me. And it's been made clear how you view me, which I'm glad to know. It's no hard feelings. I enjoyed the ride. Be well. Oh, for clarity purposes, I'm simply venting. A response is not warranted. Communication is a pet peeve of mine, as well as feeling wanted, appreciated, and desired. What, nigga? Communication is a pet peeve of mine, as well as feeling wanted, appreciated, and desired. It was a great pleasure meeting you as well as your awesome kid. Best wishes. Take care. By the way, I'm Apple paying you $3,600 to cover next month's rent as a personal gift. Hope it helps. Take care. Now, these messages were sent. Let me tell you. So they started at 5:12. One message at 5:12, one message at 5:27, one message at 5:57, one message at 6:08, and then another at 6:29. All of which I had not responded to just yet. And I'm going to just go ahead and tell y'all, at this point, I took it to chat. Because my emotions were getting the best of me. I found myself texting almost 60, 70, 80 paragraphs as well. Just wasting my time and energy because it's just very clear that this nigga is just playing mind games. He's just literally playing games. And he doesn't like that I've caught on to this game. I caught on very early. And he just wanted to see how long he can keep up with the bullshit. And once he found out that he could no longer keep up with the bullshit, like he was going to actually have to step, and I wasn't going to come and beg him, and I wasn't going to remind him that he said he was going to do something he said he was going to do, then he tried to come in with the guilt tripping and trying to say, oh, well, you're, what, transactional? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I already made that clear. Especially because you're trying, like, you're not, that's quite fine. Oh, okay, here we go. I didn't reach out what I said. So I said, I've said everything and really listened to my heart. I appreciate your kindness and the intentions you've shown, truly, but I need to step back from this connection and move forward on my own for my own personal peace. This isn't coming from anger, just clarity. I wish you nothing but the best, and I hope you continue to prosper. He said, that's quite fine with me. We're on the same page. The decision I just made previously to you, making the exact same, did not come from a place of anger either. I saw that me voicing my needs were met with avoidance and dismissal. Now you're saying you have to step back from it. LOL. So should I keep the money in the car? I'm a man of my word first and foremost. I'll just take the message for what it is. Personally, it irritates me how people operate. People would rather run and hide versus stand and fight when the fight is what makes them better. We are on Saturday. 4, 5, 6. So we're 6 days into knowing each other. 6 days into knowing each other. And from day one, I was promised a car and $20,000, $3,600, and my daughter a full year of gymnastics. And I got none of that. Simply because I didn't remind him to do something he said he was going to do. I mean, because imagine if I would have texted him in the morning and been like, good morning, can't wait to see you in the car. I wonder what would have happened. And you know, if I ask him that, he'd probably be like, "Oh, you would have got the car, and we would have." I guess we'll never know. So he said, "So should I keep the money in the car? I mean, I'm a man of my word first and foremost. I'll just take the message for what it is. Personally, it irritates me how people operate. People would rather run and hide versus stand and fight when the fight is what makes them better. I will be parking the car in your spot number 25 tomorrow with the DMV paperwork, and the keys will be on top of the left front driver's side tire. You owe me nothing. My gift to you and your daughter. Best wishes to you. Or are you available to receive the car now? A quick yes or no so I can drop off real quick. I have someone able to help me drop the car off tonight. Will you be available to receive it? I actually care and am trying to do something kind. I genuinely hate being ignored with a passion." So all of these messages. After I sent my message at 12:24, he responded at 7:24. He responded at 7:25, 7:27, 7:28, 7:34, 7:47, 7:47, 7:48, 7:52, 7:53, 7:59, and 8:03. I didn't respond until 8:12, and I said, "I'm not ignoring you." And I wasn't ignoring him. I was simply trying to find the best way to let this man down easy because he was freaking me out. Because I don't know if you guys remember at the beginning where our first conversation kind of didn't go really that well. And then he pops up behind me in my apartment complex talking about, "Oh, did you steal my blue lighter?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I have my first stalker." Yeah, well, now it's hitting even harder now. So I said, "I'm not ignoring you, and I do appreciate the kindness behind the gesture. I'm still choosing to decline the car and financial support and to move forward in peace. I truly wish you well, and I'm grateful for the moments and the kindness shared. Take care." He said, "This is hard for me, being honest. Reason being is over this short window of time, without expecting it, I did something that I've never done. I fell in love with you, and this shit is hitting me like a ton of bricks because I understand all that you go through. And I know it's tough. I've been there, and even though we're ending things, the biggest part of me still wants to help." And this is like, it's frustrating because ladies, if you don't understand, like, this is easy way to pull back like this, because it's pulling at my heartstrings right the fuck now. Right now I'm just like, oh fuck, it sounds good, but y'all, listen to your intuition. It should not feel that murky though. Like, those words feel good, but when we're having those conversations and I'm expressing like, "Hey, this is making me upset," like, not one time did he like console me, hold my hand, and hug me and say, "I got you." You know what I mean? I'm sitting there crying and he's just looking at me like I'm fucking stupid. He's looking at me like, "Why are you fucking crying? Like, you're fucking crybaby. You're sensitive." Like, I don't want to be handled that way. I am a lady. Like, I'm sensitive as fuck. I don't want to have to be all hard and macho and put on this facade. Like, I'm not angry. I don't want to be angry. I just want to relax in my man's arms. I want to relax. I want to feel safe in a man's arms. Yes. Say what you want. You can say, "Oh, you're fatherless, 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 oh, blah, blah, blah." Yeah. What the fuck? My phone just started tripping and texting and typing and shit. What the fuck? Bitch. No, what the hell? Oh my God. But yeah, like, that sounds like it's pulling at my fucking heartstrings, but it's not real. It's not real. So, um, so what is it? And then he says, "I respect your decision. I'll respect your wishes, and I won't contact you again." And then he proceeds to contact me again. Okay. So I'm going to tell you. So I responded. I said, "I'm not ignoring you, and I do appreciate the kindness behind the gesture, blah, blah, blah." I said that at 8:12 p.m. He then said that this was hard for him, being honest, because he, in the shorter amount of time, he fell in love with me. And it's hitting him hard because he understands me, and all this other kind of stuff. He sent that at 8:14. And I didn't respond. And then at 8:14, he said, I respect your decision. At 8:20, he said, I'll respect your wishes and I won't contact you again. And that at 9:02, he texted me and said, today, my friend slash brother died in a Hamsui. Okay, that's not funny. It's funny. Hamsui is funny. But it's a murder homicide. He said a murder suicide. He killed his ex-wife and himself. It's been a really hard day, and I've been reacting poorly to everyone. It just seems like I'm losing the people outside of my son that I care about the most, and today hit me hard. And if I was your best friend, I probably would have gave a fuck. If I was a woman, I probably would have gave a fuck. If you wasn't crazy, I probably would have gave a fuck. But I didn't believe this story, unfortunately. And that probably did happen. I don't know. It could have happened. It could not happen. But because of his patterns of mental manipulation, I don't believe it. And so I said, I'm sorry to hear that. I truly wish you peace and healing. And then he said, thank you. And then he said, I'd like to see you tomorrow. I just blocked him. And then after I blocked him, I then get a text message from a different number. Mind you, I already know he has 4 phones that I know about. He has 4 phones. And so he texts me from a different number, and it says, Felix here. Hey, Miss Tanisha, this is Vincent from Speedy Auto Transports. Wanted to give you a heads up. We have a delivery scheduled for tomorrow between 4 to 6 p.m. for a 2017 Nissan Rogue Sport to be delivered to my address, my parking spot number. There are also personal items in the vehicle as well. Felix. I didn't respond. Then I get a follow-up text that says, apologies for the mix-up with the name. I go by Felix Vincent. Nevertheless, I will be there tomorrow between 4 and 6 p.m. I didn't respond. And that message was sent to me at 2:20 and at 2:27. And so then at 4:42, and this is Monday, mind you, Saturday was the last time me and him text. Sunday goes by. Monday goes by, and now I'm getting this. And so it says, can you confirm that this is Miss Tanisha? Would you mind if I call you to coordinate tomorrow's drop-off? And at 5:49, I responded and said, I didn't order a vehicle. You might have the wrong number. This is Tanisha, but I didn't order a vehicle. Now, I knew that this was this nigga. In all honesty, I already knew who it was, but I just wanted to leave a paper trail. So it says, thank you for your response. The vehicle is set to be delivered to you. We currently have possession of the 2017 Nissan Rogue Sport, preparing to deliver it to you. His name contacted us to drop it off to you, as well as some personal items inside the vehicle for you as well. I'll be dropping it off tomorrow between 4 and 6 p.m. Currently, and I didn't respond. And that message was sent at 5:53 p.m. And then at 6:06 p.m., he texted and said, currently closing at the moment. I will call you once I arrive with the car tomorrow. I said, the sender shared my location, and I meant to put without my consent, but I put my consent. I did not order this vehicle, and I do not authorize any delivery to my address or parking space. Any attempted delivery will be refused. Do not call me. It said, okay. Okay. Not okay-A-Y. Okay. Uppercase O, little K. At 7:29. And then at 7:36, I was not made aware of the circumstances, yet once a delivery is paid for, there are no refunds, and we currently have possession of the vehicle, so it must be delivered. Once delivered, I will let him know, and he can make arrangements to pick it up from the location. Per your request, I will not contact you. My apologies. And then at 7:55, just spoke with Clifford. Oh, get him in and went, oh, well, this is the first time this has happened. Although the car has to be delivered, he will be able to pick it up Saturday. I blocked the number and I didn't respond. And we have not talked or seen each other since. And honestly, I'm glad that's over. It took a lot of mental load for me. Just in that short week, I was drained of a lot of my energy, I will say. I gave in to situations that I shouldn't have. Like I entertained some conversations, you know. I'm trying to get more social. I'm trying to get more into dating. I'm trying to get comfortable with getting to know people and people getting to know me. And I'm trying to be more open in dating and not letting these bad experiences stop me from, you know, hoping for the best. But yeah, child, all that happened in the span of a week. And I was very much mentally exhausted. I took a spiritual bath the day after. And when I tell you, I woke up the next morning so fatigued, so sore, I felt so drained. I felt so fucking drained. But as the days have gone by and I keep up with my routine, because I almost stopped going to the gym, I almost stopped walking to the gym. I was like, but I won't let fear, I've never let fear take over, and I won't let it start now. So with that being said, comment on the video, let me know what y'all think. Like, you know, give me some pointers and tips, what I could have did better, you know, if y'all think I should have saw it through or whatever. But subscribe to my channel. I got more stories from the past and who knows for the future. Yeah, because I'm still open to dating and I'm gonna keep dating until I get a ring on his finger. I get a ring on his finger. And it's gold band. Fuck out of here. Anything less, I'm not accepting. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching my video. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good shit. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.